So here we are working on Chapter 3, Project B, on the wedding invitation. And what they wanted you to do is they gave you the layout already. All you need to do is type the text just as it is. So it says Joe. I'm going to get my text tool, or you can just press T for type. And then type out Joe. Oops, let me zoom in. Control plus plus. Or command plus plus. Let's see, plus plus. I need to make sure it's capital. And a lot of times a client will give you a printout and you have to retype the text because they don't have a digital file. And so then it's more on you to make sure everything's spelled correctly. And so I'm just going to pause while I finish typing this all out. Actually, before I do that, I realized I missed a step here. As you can see, there's these little marks that are appearing as I'm typing. Let me grab my little type tool here, or my arrow, my black arrow selection tool, to show you guys what I'm talking about. Between Joe and King, there's a little dot, and that is a symbol to indicate. Sorry, let me grab my hand tool. I'm not sure what happened. Where did I go? Zoom out. Control 0 or Command 0. Whenever I get lost, if I'm zoomed in too close, then I just hit Command 0. It's so helpful. And then also I can grab my hand and then pull my way around the page. Just move my page as if I was actually taking my hand on a piece of paper and moving it around on the desk. That's the concept of the hand tool. And again, it's H. It's over here. So let me zoom in a little bit closer again to show you what I'm talking about. These symbols. Whenever I zoom in, it really throws me off. Okay. So yes, there's a little dot between Joe and King, and that represents the space that I put. And then there's these little bracket-like symbols that represent what's called a soft return or a forced line break. And basically, this is the correct option to use instead of doing a return, which gives you this paragraph symbol. And the way that you can get these symbols to show up is by going, so I think it's Command Option I. Yes, Command Option I makes them appear and disappear. And that is actually a good command to memorize, but I'm going to tell you the long way, just in case. Okay, it's under the type menu option, and then at the very bottom it says show hidden characters. And the hidden characters, she goes over, Terry Ryberg goes over quite thoroughly in the book. She uses them turned on whenever she's working, and then just only hides them at the end to view, you know, to preview what it'll look like. Or you can just press W, like we said before. W is preview mode. Switches back and forth between normal and preview mode. So, but she keeps these turned on so that she can see what she actually pressed. Because if you hit a space, it's not always clear that you hit a space between some letters. Sometimes there's just a gap. And then also it's important to understand the difference between the paragraph return and the soft return or forced line break. To create a soft return, so let me go back, delete this. To create a soft return, let me go back. So if I just put a space there, to create a soft return, you just hit Shift and then return, or Shift and then enter, depending on whether you have Mac or PC. Again, Shift enter or Shift return. And it just basically forces the text down a line, even though it hasn't reached the end of the text, the line. Like it hasn't reached the other side of the text frame. Because in this case, we're going to want that look for the invitation. And I'm going to go ahead and fill out the rest and then show you what it looks like. So now I filled out the rest of the text, and I can already see that there are quite a few typos. And like I said, it's up to the designer to go ahead and spell check. So I'm going to grab my type tool. I actually just pressed T on my keyboard to grab it, and then select it all and do edit, spelling, check spelling. Flop was